So for this particular lesson, we're going to be looking at mode. What mode is the piece of data that occurs most often in our data set. So this is our list of all of our students' heights that we've been using this whole time. And as a giant list, the same list, I'm looking at that list, and for mode, like I said, it's the most often occurring. I'm going to get the mistake out of the way right away. The mistake that students make when they hear mode, because they have mode means most, a lot of times the mistake that's made is calling it 39. That's the largest value, but mode is the one that occurs the most frequently. So in our big giant data set, I can see that 11 happens 4 times. I can also see that 4 happens 4 times. So when I was developing our pretend class here, I did this on purpose. I can see that this height of 11 happened 4 times, and this height of 4 happened 4 times. Those are the most frequently occurring. And that is called bimodal, B-I-M-O-D-A-L. Bi is that prefix that means 2, like a bicycle. So this particular data set, if we were talking about the mode, we could call it both 4 and 11. But let's say we were to remove one of the data sets. What if one of these 4 did not show up to class today? There would only be 3 4s now in that data set. And even though there's still a lot of 4s, 11 gets to stay as the mode for this data set now, because 11 is the one that's happening the most often. What's convenient when we have these written on the board, just like you saw with median, just like you saw with range, it's a lot easier to find when they're already written in order. I can find the 4 11s. If this is a big jumbled up amount of numbers, or a big giant, a different arrangement of those numbers, that 11 would be a little bit trickier to find. But like I said, once we eliminated one of those 4s, 11 is the mode, the one that happens the most often. In this data set, you can see what I mean. It's now scrambled, so it just takes a little bit more effort for me to be careful, and I can find that there are 2 5s. So in this data set, 5 would be the mode. The mode is typically a very easy one for students to be able to solve, so it's a lesson that goes a little bit quicker. We just have to make sure that we understand it's most frequently occurring. So let's go try some on the smartboard. The mode in this set of data, once again, they are not in order. If you want to put them in order because that's going to help you, just like we did on the previous videos, go ahead and put them in order. We suggest crossing them out. Looks like I have a 57 next, 3 66s, and 2 69s. Now, admittedly, my first glance, I thought it was going to be 49. I did not catch the third 66. So that's why it's just slow down, take your time. If you happen to be getting these wrong on the IXLs, chances are your first glance just was not the correct answer, because like I said, my initial thought, I thought it was going to be 49 until I put those in order and found 66. Will you take charge of my computer there, Mrs. Hardesty? So for this one, on first guess, I'm thinking it's 88, but I'm going to write them down just to be sure. I see a 78, 2 80s, 3 88s, and 2 89s. And it looks like from this data set, there are 3 88s. That happens more often than anything else. So 88 seems to be my mode. This is hard to see. Mr. Dietrich, did I forget anything that you would say about them?
Perfect.
Okay. All right.